You and I think on frequencies. Thought is energy. You flip your brain onto the frequency that you have to be on. Wait, you've done this. You've done this in different times, not really understanding what you've done. Here is a simple lesson that's totally misunderstood. Two things you must know to create wealth. What do you have to know? Just two things. Number one, you have to know where you are. You have to know where you're going, and you've got to get moving. Now that is so simple, and it's so obvious, you have to ask yourself, why are so many people stuck? Now you could say the problem is here, that they don't have a goal. And that could be the problem, but I don't think it's the real one. They might have the goal and still not even be moving toward it. Why? The problem is down here. It's where you are. They're being controlled by a paradigm, nothing but a program. It's a group of habits in the subconscious mind that's controlling our behavior. That they don't know, they don't understand, and yet it's keeping them right where they are. It doesn't matter how hard you work, how many hours you put in. If the paradigm does not change, ultimately the results will remain much the same from one year to the next. Think of this. That's my phone. That represents my phone. This represents your phone. If I want to talk to you on your phone, I've got to get on your frequency. The second I'm on your frequency, you and I are connected. Makes no difference where you are. I could take a picture here, I could hit send, and simultaneous with me hitting it, you've got it. Now, we seem to have a basic understanding of this. I think what I'm saying here, everyone in the room understands this when we're using our phones. However, when it comes to life, we get lost. Well, let's try and understand it. Let these lines represent levels of vibration. Every vibration is referred to as a frequency. You and I think on frequencies. Thought is energy. Now, let's suppose this is the frequency that you're thinking on. That's going to dictate the results that you get. The results you get are nothing but the manifestation of your own thinking. We become what we think about. So let's say that's where we want to go. This is where I am. That's where I want to go. How do I get there? Well, I'll say I'm going to do that. This is where the average person's thinking. I'm going to do that as soon as I get the money. I'm going to start my own business as soon as I get the money. And you know, you do that, and pretty soon the decision fades, and then the goal fades. You didn't get the money, so you couldn't do it. Problem was, you didn't have the money. You talk to anybody that's high in finance, and they'll tell you the money is never the problem. Ideas are the problem. You got the right idea, you'll always find the money. Well, you see, we're thinking down here on this frequency. What you want is up here on a higher frequency. You cannot get what you want up there while your thoughts are down here. Your mind and thoughts must focus on the same frequency as what you want. And you make a decision, it's got to be a committed decision. You say, I'm doing that. Now, the second you make a committed decision, everything starts to change. You begin to think and act like the person you want to become. You stop thinking down there, you're thinking up here now. You're thinking on a higher frequency. Want is the only prerequisite for making a decision. Doesn't matter whether you have the money. Do you really want it? If you really want it, you will get it. But you've got to be specific. It's not good enough to say, I want more money. That's not it. You've got to be specific how much more money. You know exactly what you want. You do not have to understand all the basic principles between sending the picture to the person on the other side of the world for it to get there. All you have to do is know how to do it. That is so important. You should write it down. Write it somewhere that you're going to see it often. Maybe get a sign and put it up in your house. Want is the only prerequisite to get what you want. If he's done it, you can do it. If I do it, you can do it. If you guys have done it, anybody can do it. Now, this is one of the most important lessons. It doesn't matter whether you've got the resources, that doesn't make any difference. It doesn't matter if you know the right people, it doesn't make any difference. Now, this sounds so preposterous to a person that's never studied this. You've got to know where the money, no you don't. Listen, the money is here. When you're in harmony with it, you will never stop it flowing to you. Money goes where it's invited, and it stays where it's welcome. Listen to most people, the way they talk about money, you think it was the worst stuff in the world. I get so sick of it, I just never have enough money. Well, they're getting very angry. Why don't you change your attitude? Now, you see, that really sounds stupid. Here they are, they're in need of money, and somebody says, change your attitude. They don't even know what attitude is. Yet it sounds like we need so much more than attitude change. But really, that's all I changed. This is powerful stuff. This is why successful people make decisions so fast. You've got to get this, burn this into your mind. You don't even have to understand this in any depth. Just accept it. You see, when you really want it and you make a decision, you flip your brain onto the frequency that you have to be on. The way to get it is already here. Yet, but you got to get in harmony or you're never going to figure it out. That's why when you get on that frequency, that's the only information that can come to you. Get the information you need to get there. You've done this. You've done this in different times, not really understanding what you've done. I didn't know hardly anything. I really didn't. I just didn't know the books that just do what it says. School focuses on the intellect. The degree. Be able to shape your future. You have to be willing and able to change your paradigm. That's what we're talking about. See, your results should always be under construction. Always. Should never be satisfied with where you are. Most people are extras in their own movie. They really are. They don't see themselves as the star at all. It's their movie. It's their life. You should be the star of your movie. You're the director. You're also the producer. You're the whole deal. You're the creative director. You make all the decisions about yourself. Why would we make ourselves extra in our own movie? You see, you really got to ask yourself, what do you really want? What do you really want? Now, you're the director.